So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my Galaxy S23 Plus versus iPhone 14 Plus speed test. Now, I am still working on my review for the S23 Plus, and this full comparison will be coming up soon, but let's just get right into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go and see which one can boot up first here. Now, both of these phones are kind of targeting the same person, somebody who wants a plus device but doesn't want, the top of the line. They just want a really good smartphone that's big and not small like the entry-level models. The iPhone 14 Plus boots up faster than the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, but that isn't the whole story, so stay tuned. But the iPhone 14 Plus is a little bit cheaper, but there's a lot of reasons why. But at the same time, both of these, again, going to be very good offerings. The Galaxy S23 Plus loses the first test in the boot up. Now, when it comes to unlocking these phones, both of them do have a lift to wake feature, and the Samsung can actually unlock with the face without pressing anything. You just look at it and it's in. Now, with the iPhone, you have raise to wake here, one swipe in. Now, you can also choose to stay on the lock screen for that Galaxy, but I have it turned off where it bypasses lock screen, goes right in. It's just quicker. Maybe not the most secure method, but it's quicker. Now, for the secure method, the Samsung phone is also faster because with the Samsung phone, again, like I mentioned before, it's an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is when you know where it's at, you don't even have to look at this phone. You can just unlock it anytime. So unlocking the Samsung is quicker. Speaking of the general operating systems here, iOS 16.3.1 dominates the iPhone 14 Plus. Over here on the left, we do have One UI 5.1 and this Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. With this phone, you get a 120 Hz display, so the overall scrolling speeds generally look slower on the iPhone. I do give it credit for being one of the smoothest 60 Hz on the market. Actually, probably the smoothest if you're going to buy a 60 Hz phone. But the 120 Hz is just noticeably smoother. So overall, I would say generally scrolling around, the Samsung feels smoother this time around, but the iPhone's still very good for what it is. Overall, they're both going to be a pretty enjoyable experience day to day, but paying this price, you kind of notice that 60 Hz is kind of getting a little bit dated now. That's just what I wanted to say about these two. Let's get into the app test. All right, guys, so we've arrived at the app test. Everything closed out for both phones. Let's go into calculator. You can see pretty close. Clock. Looks like Samsung a hair quicker. Weather. It looks like Samsung's got a hair quicker animation. Yep. We'll go into apps here on both. Samsung on the left. We'll go out of here now. And one thing that really improved for One UI, specifically these new S23s, is their animations. Let's go into the profile page. I mean, look at this performance. It's basically neck and neck on both of these. So really, it comes down to, do you want the 120 Hz display on the Plus? Do you want the thinner kind of feel? Because the iPhone 14 Plus, if you can't see, does look bulkier. Galaxy S23 Plus on the left with that win. Let's go into Amazon, but look at those gestures on both. Just beautiful. Love it. It's super smooth right there when you're coming out of those applications. Let's go to Best Buy. Puts a smile on my face because I remember back in the day how that one was the iPhone. How, these phones would be just a little bit not so much the iPhone, but the Samsungs with animations would be weird. And it was disappointing. But now, not anymore. We'll go into eBay, and that makes the experience much better if you want to try out something different from, the iPhone. So eBay did win that out on the Sammy. We'll go over here to Starbucks. You'll find a win here on the left. We'll go into Dead Trigger 2. And what I'm noticing, iPhone there, what I'm noticing is that they're kind of trading some applications here. So literally, like right before I made this video, there's an update for this phone. Or for this application. So we'll just go ahead and update it. Maybe we can kind of see which one can update faster. Look at Samsung Go. And I think I clicked that one after, but now this one's done. So the iPhone actually won that update. So yeah, I find that when you're downloading applications that they actually open quicker, or they download quicker usually on the iPhone. We'll go into Dead Trigger 2. Although finally Samsung kind of shows, like you can actually add them to the home screen. You can kind of see where its progress is. You wouldn't be able to see that before. Samsung with the win on the load time. When in the game, I kind of appreciate the long battery life of the iPhone 14 Plus. This also has really long battery life, but I really like, you know, having the punch hole up here, the Infinity O versus the notch, because with this, you know, it's a little bit more immersive and the bezels feel thinner on the Galaxy device here. So we can hit play on both of them. You'll see that they're both gonna load stuff up here pretty similar. We'll go into Subway Surfers. And where is the Galaxy at? Where is the iPhone at? Looks like that was pretty close once again. This is so nice that no matter which operating system you choose this year, you get really good battery life, really good cameras on both, really good displays. It's really great. You know, the competition is great this year. It's really like a good option no matter which way. Hold on, that one I missed on the iPhone. It's really great no matter which way you go. We'll go ahead and run this back. Temple Run 2. It doesn't matter which way you go because both of them are going to offer you stunning performance, which is awesome. However, I think if you're really, really into, you know, performance and noticing things like that, and you're probably going to appreciate the Samsung more. We're going to do ourselves a full, and the reason why is the 120 hertz is what I'm talking about. We're going to do a full comparison soon on these, so be subscribed for that. But you can see anybody's going to be able to play casual games like this all day to the bank. We'll go into Geekbench 6, and that one was the iPhone, 3D Mark, and iPhone again. So I've seen a lot of them trading applications here. Samsung doing a lot better than it used to back in the day. So definitely this one right here, you know, it's pretty close. It's hard to call it right here. I would say it's pretty neck and neck in this app test. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and multitask, or basically not really multitask, RAM management. We'll kind of see how they do perform here. I'm just, yeah, I'm just so happy with this. These Samsungs, man, they make me happy this time around. And the reason why is because just look at the way they perform. They hold applications, they don't stutter, they're smooth with the gestures. Congratulations, Samsung, you finally are on the level of iPhone when it comes to performance. We'll go over here to this. Some people are going to say, no, actually, they're above the iPhone, the Samsung fanboys. The Apple fanboy is going to say, nope, they don't touch my Apple device. But I can tell you, these animations look choppy. Not the animations, the refresh. It's so noticeable. It's hard to see it in video, but it's so noticeable in real life that I would definitely not choose the 14 Plus, you know, as my personal device if I was paying $900 to $1,000 for these two, just purely based on specification. If I'm in the ecosystem, it's still a tough call because I could just pay a little more and get a 13 or a 14 Pro Max, or just buy a used 13 Pro Max and get the same display like this one, the 120 hertz. But yeah, RAM management held it perfectly fine on both. No stutters, no delays. Really good stuff here on both. All right, guys, so we are in, and Geekbench 6 results show a win to the iPhone in single core and multi-core scores here. Some people call this Apple Bench because they pretty much beat everybody's booty on this one. But, you know, these scores right here are pretty good. You know, I would say on both phones, they're really fast, actually. Let's take a look at the 3D Mark test right here. We'll do Wildlife Extreme for both phones. I'll be back when they are done performing this test. Doesn't take too long, but I'll be right back. And so this is why you can't take every single Geekbench score and just act like that's the only benchmark out there. Samsung with the easy victory here, easily beating this in Wildlife Extreme, which gives us well over 400 better on the overall score, has a higher average frame rate. It just beat the phone easily. You've seen we were still testing on the 14 Plus. So the Samsung actually faster in this benchmark. Again, they trade blows throughout this video and benchmarks in certain applications and certain games. Overall, either way you go, you're going to be a very happy purchase. You know, it's going to be a very happy purchase if you can live with no 120 hertz on the iPhone 14 Plus. Both of them are light, bigger phones that aren't going to run you over more than, well, the Samsung could run you over $1,000 if you buy it outright, but neither of these are going to be the biggest purchase, which would be the 14 Pro Max and the S23 Ultra, but still offering you really decent value here on both of them. So which one would you pick down below in the comment section. Stay tuned for the full comparison between these two. It should be arriving sometime next week, so stay tuned for that. I'm almost done with my S23 Plus review. I just like to use them a little bit longer to give you a little bit more in depth. I'm still working on the camera, checking nightography and stuff like that. I just want to give you a little bit more, give it a little more time so I can give you a proper full in-depth review. So stay tuned for that. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here. Be sure to be well. I'll catch you all in the very next episode, and peace.